every new program of God will demand a new version of you. This is why progressively you are supposed to be growing in keeping to pace with the very purpose of God per time and per season for your life. Go. Enter ye in at the straight gate. Please say straight gate. I would prefer we have this in the New King James so that the emphasis are captured. Let's continue. I'm sure they will catch up with us along the way. 1, 2, go. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to what? Destruction. And many there be that go in thereat. Next verse quickly. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth to life, and few there be that find it. Straight is the gate, narrow is the way that leadeth to life, and only few people will find it. Then he says in verse 15, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, looking like us, appearing like us, sounding like us. Beware of false prophets, which comes to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Quickly, stay with me. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth what? You shall know them by what? Their fruit. Have you found the narrow way? Why did the Bible says only few will find it? Why did the Bible says few there be that will find it? The way we are speaking about is the part of supposed pilgrims hope. That everybody think they are on their way to the celestial city. But he says a category of people, they will journey on the broad way and they will think they are heading to the celestial city, but they are heading to damnation. They don't know. And that there is another way that is narrow and only few find it. How do you find that way? See, you must come out from among them. You must be separate. You will touch not the unclean thing, and God will receive you. You will isolate yourself from the corruption, the noise, the entertainment in the name of religion, because they have no stamina, no appetite for God. It is just to continue to fuel our sensual nature. See, when I see the things that are given emphasis in this generation, it makes me weep. Somebody met me and said I should pray for him, that God has released him to go and start a ministry. And I wanted to pray. I felt the need to speak with him briefly. I said, so what are the things you are trusting God for, to start? He said that he just needs 2 line array speakers, woofer, subwoofers, stage light. For now, he does not need an LED screen, but as God continues to be faithful, that one will come. When he was done mentioning everything, there was no place for spiritual preparation. There was no place to wait on God to isolate the message that was given to him. There was no place to know the audience that message is targeted at. There was no place to even carry inheritances that elders who, the Bible says, follow them who through faith and patience have obtained. There is no inheritance he labors for. He is looking for LED screen, for line array speakers, for decorations in the hall. Little wonder, when we gather, we tell stories, excite ourselves, and sinners go home sinners. The unrighteous go home unrighteous. The sick go home sick. There is no power as an attestation that we are in connection with the holy altars of God. But this is not all that is happening in this generation. In Joel, you'll find a strange prophecy. It started by talking about a day of gloominess, a day of darkness and of thick darkness. It started by narrating a script that communicates sorrow, that communicates hardship, that communicates the devil's manipulative work on total display. But then he announced another prophecy. In the midst of the darkness, he says, a people strong, whose kind they will never be unto the years of many generations. So inside the darkness, there is also manifestation. So in this time where people will not endure sound doctrine, in this time where people will be lovers of themselves more than lovers of God, in this time where a generation will curse their fathers, we will also have another prophecy finding expression side by side. Psalm 24, very quickly. Psalm 24, verse 6. Everybody, can we read as loud as we can? 1, 2, go. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. Come on, can you read that as loud as you can one more time? Now replace that this is by we are and see what it sounds like. 1, 2, go. How do we seek and how do we labor to preserve the heritage of many generations? In the same Psalms where I've read to us, I want to show us from verse 3. The Bible began to show us the requirement. It says, who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Who shall stand in his holy place? He that has a clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord and righteousness from the God of his salvation. Then this is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. Psalm 63 verse 1. Psalm 63 verse 1. Everybody, can we read together? 1, 2, go. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul tested for thee. My flesh longest for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. Next verse quickly. In Matthew chapter 5 verse 6, the Bible says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness. It says they will be filled. Every new program of God will demand a new version of you. This is why progressively You are supposed to be growing in keeping to pace with the very purpose of God per time and per season for your life.